You guys know what is this? It's a coin. I'm just gonna flip it. Heads or tails? How many of you say heads? Not bad. How many of you say tails? Oh, awesome. All right, what if I told you that for those of you who choose heads, right, all of you will be given a free trip to Korea, sponsored by me, for 1 week. You're not happy yet? All right. However, for those of you who choose tails, are going to pay me so I can pay them to go to Korea. Kind of funny, isn't it? How this piece of coin can dictate your future, can decide your fate. But what if I told you that life is kind of the same way? You know? Like where to eat, where to go, what to eat, where to start, whether to kiss the girl, whether to call her later, it all depends on this. But life is like that. Same coin, just two different sides. It's just how you look at it will make the difference. My name is Rayden Yuzz, and I'll be talking to you about perspectives today. Not the motivational type, don't get me wrong. I'm not here to motivate you with perspective, but it is the personal type, the raw, gritty kind. The type that can transform pain into power. The type can transform losses into lessons, storms into rainbows, failure into feedback. So, who's that handsome guy over there? Hey, back. Who's that handsome guy over there? Who is Rayden? To you, I'm a nobody, right? You don't know who I am. But to some, I am somebody. I define who I am. I am what I am. I'm the same me. Just like all of you here, you may think that you are a nobody, but you are in fact somebody to someone. But what other perceive of you or what other perceives of me, it really depends on their side of the coin. So what exactly is your two sides of the coin? Is it just about positivity? Think positively at everything? Yes, but not really. So imagine if a loved one died, a loved one just passed away, be it a family member, your pet, a beloved friend, a dear friend, your best friend. Do you want to be happy? Do you want to think positively? Do you want to celebrate? Of course not. You are allowed to be sad. You are allowed to mourn at the loss of someone. You are allowed to be angry. You are allowed to express your anger at when something just doesn't go your way. But remember this, guys, life allows you to be okay with not being okay. So when life hits you different, like life is life. My mom will always ask me when I was young, she will always ask me, what is life? What is life? What is life? And I didn't really know the answer, what is life? Until when you grow older, when you grow up, you kind of realize that life is very wonderful. It has many things. Life will most likely, I'm sure all of you can relate, most likely will hit you with a lot of problems. Right? Will throw it back to your face. Challenges, problems, burdens, heavy weights on your shoulders. You will fight with your best friend, with a family member, your mom and dad, your kids. You faced financial difficulties, heartbreak. This is life. And when you have all of that, when life doesn't really hit you, when it hits you hard, and then you tend to suffer, you panic, you cry, you tend to cower in fear, hide into the darkness. But here's the thing, guys, whatever that life hits on you, it's not the truth. How you see it, defined it. Same coin. It just has two different sides. All you got to do is just find its true value. Next. Okay, so I'm going to share with you some embarrassing story lah. And I'm sure all of you here have had this experience before. Right, sir? No, you see? So this is my personal breakup story. When I was 18 years old, some years ago, I fell in love with a girl. Perfect, gorgeous. Really gorgeous, both inside and outside. I knew her when I was 13. So I really fell deeply in love with her. We shared everything together. Literally every single thing together. Even both our parents, right, kind of blessed our relationship. Even to the point that we went to family gatherings together. We went to family events together, celebrate festive seasons together. It was like a movie, a fairy tale. And I thought that was my happily ever after. But I was wrong. 2 years later, she broke my heart into a million pieces. So what did I do? I cry. I go hide into the darkness every single day. And I pray to God, dear God, please give her back to me. You know, for Muslims, right, we pray 5 times a day. But at that point of time, I prayed 50 times a day. Just to really get her back. So, Ya Allah, kasihlah dia balik kepadaku. It's really dramatic. So that was the situation I was in. And it's normal. And so I wanted to fill that void up quickly. It felt empty, right? When you got a heartbreak, it felt really, really empty. So I wanted to fill that void up very quickly. So what did I do? I went to approach every single pretty girl that I saw on the street. Just to fill that up. And just so you know, in those days, there's no Tinder. There's no Instagram that you can slide DM. So it really takes courage for you to go out and, hi, can I have your number? Can I have your number? And just a side story, I was a very shy boy. Extremely shy. In school, there's this chicken rice auntie shop, right? And I love the chicken rice there. So when I was queuing up, and when it's my turn, I will just keep quiet. If the auntie doesn't ask me, boy, what do you want? I'll just stand there. That's how shy I was. So, considering that I was a very shy boy, going out, approaching strangers, it takes really more than 100% of courage. After approaching and approaching and approaching and approaching, do you think I succeed? Oh, confident. He said, no, of course not. I didn't. I really didn't. I was filled with rejections after rejections, humiliation, embarrassment. But one fine day, I got one number, followed by another, and then another, and then another. I became my own Tinder. Don't get me wrong, guys. This guy is looking at me, oh, he wants to learn. I'm not teaching you to be Mr. Casanova here. No, don't get me wrong. What I want you to learn from this, what I gained, is from a shy boy, I got confident. I became brave, bold, very courageous. And I'm no longer shy. I don't even have the fear of rejection anymore. And with that trait that I learned, I built one business, and now I own 8 businesses in Southeast Asia in 3 different countries. I became successful. So now let me ask you, is that breakup a good thing for me? Or a bad thing? Director said, good thing. Good job. So which side is better? Usually, when you are hit, just like me, right, hit with heartbreaks, difficulties, challenges, problems, you tend to be traumatic. You tend to be sad. You hide. You go away. You run away. Most of us will do. Just run away. And then you will ask yourself, why does this happen to me? Why must this happen to me? Why not to someone else? Why me? Why me? But instead of asking, why does this happen to me? Ask, What is life trying to teach me? Because every single thing in that coin, it has two different stories. So instead of choosing failure, choose growth. Well, I am surrounded by a lot of professors and doctors here. Honestly, I feel a little bit intimidated. I tried to be a doctor, but I think my friends told me you can only be a doctor of love. Yeah, relax. I'm not teaching you Casanova again. Huh? Right. So the brain is programmed for survival, not for success. This is how our brain is being framed. But here's the thing, you can rewire your brain. You can reframe your brain. Reprogram your brain. Your brain is like the most powerful AI that God has created. Whatever you tell your brain, you will become it. So what if something doesn't really go your way? Flip your coin. Look at the other side. Because not all good things are good, but not all bad things are bad either. I'm going to share with you another story. So I just got a new car. I love the car. And 2 months in, I got into an accident. Someone just crashed me from the back. It got pretty damaged. So of course I would feel angry, devastated, like, it's just a new car, my God. But in that accident, I got new paintwork, I got new exhaust, I got some cash due to the loss of use. And not only that, I managed to reconnect with an old friend of mine who was the claims officer at that accident, who became our most loyal client until now. Now, let me ask you, was that accident a good thing or a bad thing? Good or bad, it really doesn't matter. It's how you see it matters. What good isn't good and bad isn't bad. Life is all about sacrifices. Everything that you do requires a sacrifice. When I first started my business journey, right, what do I have to sacrifice? My time with my friends, my family members, all those birthday parties, late night hangouts, chalets, barbecues, sunat, all this kind of thing. I will have to sacrifice that because I need to focus a lot of time in the business. And what do I gain from that? I managed to fail fast and succeed better. So now let's flip the coin. Let's just say I spend a lot of time with my friends. Let's go to party at the end of the week. Let's go for the late night hangouts. Let's go to every birthdays, every nephew's circumcision, every single thing. I'll go every weekend. So what do I have to sacrifice? I may not have built my business, but I would have fostered a greater relationship with my friends, greater bonds with my family. Any of you know who this guy is? A show of hands. I'm sure you won't. His name is Mo Gaudat. He used to be a chief business officer in Google X. And one of you know what is Google X, by the way. Google X is an experimental arm in Google. So Mo Gaudat was the chief business officer there. He conducted this experiment with his department. So I kind of learned from his experiment and do it to my staff. So I told my staff, okay, what this Google experiment is, just for context, he developed an AI program, this new AI technology program that can erase any part of your memory from the past. Any part. So I told my staff to write down any memories that they wish to erase from the past. And it's not like very eepy, gritty kind of memory. I want them to write down their pain, traumatizing experiences, something really, really heavy in their life. And it's not something like, okay, I go to school late, then I get depressed. No, it's really something painful. So all of them wrote it down. And after that, I said, yes, this program will be able to erase that on one condition. Whatever events that happens after that erasure, after that particular memory, will be erased too. The friends you meet, your partners, your jobs, school, every single thing will be erased. Would you still be going through this program? 100% says no. Right now, I want all of you to think of something that's going on in your life. Something really painful, something really heavy, something that is really burdening you. You guys got it? Now, that is your coin. Look at the two sides of it. You still have to go through life, whether you like it or not. Challenges, problems, burdens. But don't forget, you also have happiness, laughter, and joy. You can't control every flip that life gives you, but you can control what you do next. You can write your own story. So before I go, I would like to thank you for flipping your perspective with me today. May the next flip of your coin be landed on growth, truth, and light. If you can just find the light in every darkness that you face, if you can just smile at whatever things that should make you miserable, that's how you win life. Remember, there's always two sides of the coin. Find your true value. Thank you.